Top Congressional Democrats in Washington are calling for the newly minted Attorney General and former Senator Jeff Sessions to resign. In the latest controversy to hit the administration of President Donald Trump, the head of the Justice Department stands accused of misleading Congress over his contacts with a Russian official during the election campaign. This comes after a Washington Post report that Sessions failed to disclose 2 meetings he had with Russia's ambassador during his Senate confirmation hearing when asked about contacts between the Trump campaign and Russian officials. The latest revelations add a new dynamic to the ongoing controversy that Russia's alleged interference in last year's election aided the Republicans' presidential ambitions.
The new information of contacts between then Senator Jeff Sessions and Russia's ambassador to Washington during the presidential campaign comes as various congressional and FBI investigations looking into Russia's involvement continue. Last month, former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn was asked to resign after he misled senior administration officials about contacts he had with Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. And while the Attorney General continues to deny that he ever met any Russian officials to discuss issues of the Trump campaign, this was his testimony during his confirmation hearing in January.
If there is any evidence that anyone affiliated with the Trump campaign communicated with the Russian government in the course of this campaign, what will you do?
Senator Franken, I'm not aware of any of those activities. I have been called a surrogate at a time or two in that campaign, and I did not have communications with the Russians, and I'm unable to comment on it.
As some Republican lawmakers have called for Sessions to clarify his remarks given the new revelations, top Democrats in both the House and Senate are calling for him to resign.
Attorney General Sessions had weeks to correct the record that he made before the Judiciary Committee, but he let the record stand. There cannot be even the scintilla of doubt about the impartiality and fairness of the Attorney General, the top law enforcement official of the land. After this, it's clear Attorney General Sessions does not meet that test. Because the Department of Justice should be above reproach for the good of the country, Attorney General Sessions should resign.
The fact that the Attorney General, the top cop in our country, lied under oath to the American people is grounds for him to resign.
As of Thursday morning, this is what the AG had to say.
I have not met with any Russians at any time to discuss any political campaign, and those remarks are unbelievable to me and are false, and I don't have anything else to say about that.
What about the call to
you.
recuse yourself from your agency's probe of the
Well, I've
election?
said that whenever it's appropriate, I will recuse myself. There's no doubt about that.
The White House continues to defend its top man in the Justice Department, describing calls for his resignation as partisan attacks, suggesting the timing was to distract from the positive response to President Trump's address to Congress earlier this week. Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.